Hello, I'm Jackson Lang, and today Milton High is playing in the playoffs versus the North Quincy Raiders. It is the round of 32. Milton is the 1 seed, and North Quincy is the 7 seed. We'll be back in a few to show you the game. Today we are behind the high school instead of at Cunningham Field because Cunningham had too much water. This field was perfectly fine though, so we decided to come here. Owen McHugh will be on the mound for Milton High. Catching for him will be Jack Finnegan. Playing first, KJ Beckett. Second, Sean McDougall. Third, Pierce O'Sullivan. Short, Jimmy Fallon. Left field, Harry Hinkle. Center field, Scott Longo. And right field, Reed Dexter. Max Dunn will be DHing for a player on the Milton team. North Quincy is the Raiders. Milton is the Wildcats. Q taking a few warm-up pitches. Throw down. And now first batter for North Quincy will come up to the plate. Q. There's the first pitch. Foul ball over into the trees. That's strike one. Q. Second pitch. That will be another foul ball, this time farther down to the right. And now the count is 0-2. Q looking to get quick first out. Pitch. Ground ball over to third. That is fair, and that will get into left field. And that will be a base hit. First Quincy batter gets on. That'll be ball, a little outside. That'll be strike one, and count 1-1. Bunts over to third. McHugh throws to first, gets the out at first, but that will advance the runner into scoring position at second base. One out and a man on second. Third Quincy batter comes up to the plate. Quincy bench very loud. Q gets his runner to go back to second while stepping off. that is strike one. Count 0-1 now. That's a ball in the dirt, stopped by the catcher, Jack Finnegan. And then the count 1-1. Number 2, Vinny O'Leary, the senior, and the captain on second base. That's a foul ball. Now the count 1-2. Foul ball down the third baseline. Count remains 1-2. Batter calls time. Quincy bench is getting louder and louder. Q steps off. And scoring position. Free hitter for North Quincy. Looking to get him home. And that's lined over into center. Longo will pick it up and get it over to third. And now there are runners on the corners. And now with one out, North Quincy has runners on first and third as the cleanup hitter. Q fake throws over to third. Strike one. Now the count 0-1. Q throws over to first. It bounces. Another runner on third will get to go home. Run from first advances to second. And now North Quincy is up 1-0. And now they will get a pinch runner. Pull the runner on second. The pinch runner is number 13, Dan Huda. Q. So strike two. Then the count 0-2. Q looking to strike out this batter to get 2 outs. And that is strike 3. And now there are 2 outs as the 5-hitter comes up to the plate. That's ball 1, a little high and outside. steps off and gets the runner to slide back in a second. North Quincy runner taking a gigantic lead. That's a foul ball. Goes into the trees. That's another foul ball. And now the count is 1-2. Quincy bench banging on anything they can find, and that is a line out into right field, and that will be a RBI double. North Quincy now up by 2. Now the 6-hitter up to the plate. That was number 23, Alex Montero, who hit that RBI double. Ground ball over to second. This should end the inning. McDougal makes the play over to KJ Beckett, and that is the end of the top of the first. Milton going to look to get those runs back as they come up to the plate in the bottom of the first. Owen McHugh, the pitcher, will lead off for Milton. After McHugh is Jimmy Fallon, then Scott Longo, Jack Finnegan, KJ Beckett, Max Dunn, Sean McDougal, Reed Dexter, Harry Hinkle, and Pierce O'Sullivan. One of those players will not be hitting because Max Dunn is a DH. I believe it's Pierce O'Sullivan. McHugh steps up to the plate. That is strike one, now the count 0-1. That is strike 2 after a foul ball. And now McHugh down in the count, 0-2. The pitcher for North Quincy, I believe, is number 23, Alex Montero. He hit an RBI double in the top of the first. Montero is one of the captains and is a senior for North Quincy. That's a high fly ball towards first. First baseman will catch it, and that is the first out of the inning. Now to the plate from the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon is playing shortstop for Milton.
Did Kent just drop water onto the microphone?
This game. That'll be strike 1 on Jimmy Fallon. The looks at strike 2. And now it's down 1-2. That's high, ball 1. Now the count 1-2. Fallon is number 13 for Milton. And that's a line drive over to short, and that will get him a base hit. Now with a man on first, Scott Longo will come up to the plate. Longo is playing center field for Milton today. Montero checks the runner, throws, has a low strike 1 on Longo.
Sean, did that guy just walk into the shot?
Didn't see anything.
That is 1-1. And that's a ground ball over to short. Shortstop will not be able to get it, and now that will be a single for Scott Longo. That was an error on the shortstop.
That cigar is brutal. That dude right there. On the stripes.
That is strike 1. Jack Finnegan up to the plate for Milton. He is the catcher. That'll be a foul ball, strike 2. Now Finnegan, number 6, will look to score home. Jimmy Fallon on second. And that's another foul ball. Count still 0-2. And he will look at strike 3, and now there are 2 outs as KJ Beck, the first baseman, comes up to the plate. That will be strike 1 on KJ Beck. Now 16 will hope to keep this inning alive. That's high for ball 1. Another count. 1-1. the pitch. That's in the dirt, but the runners will not go as the catcher makes a nice stop. Now the count is 2-1. That's a foul ball into the trees. Now the count is even at 2-2. That's low for a ball, and now it's a full count, 3-2. That's high ball 4. Now the bases are loaded for Max Dunn to come up to the plate. That's low, ball 1. Now the count is 1-0. And I believe the count is 2-0. And he checks swings, but he does go, and it was a strike anyways. Now the count is 2-1. That is strike 2, and now the count is back at even, 2-2 on Max Dunn. That's a fly ball into center field, and that will score 2 runs to tie up the game. That is an RBI single. And now the game is tied 2-2 as Sean McDougal comes up to the plate. That's ball outside. McDougal is playing second base for Milton.
High school playoffs.
That's a foul ball into the trees. And now the count is 1-1. That is strike 2. Now the count is 1-2. McDougal looking to score home Beckett on second. That'll be be a ball. Now the count is 2-2. Montero looking to put him away. That's a ball in the dirt, and now the runner from second will advance to third, and that will put 2 runners in scoring position for Sean McDougal with a full count. If McDougal gets walked, Reed Dexter, the right fielder, will come up to the plate. Full count. Montero throws the pitch. And that'll be strike 3 to end the inning.
Hello, everyone. Welcome here to Milton High School for this Division III playoff. Happy to be joining Mr. Jackson Lang on side. I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness here with Mr. Lang, who's been doing a great job here for Milton Access TV covering baseball. Happy to be alongside Jackson with you as your color commentator today.
Happy to be with you.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun here. We're watching a great game here. I presume it's Mr. Owen McHugh on the mound.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're here and as a late arrival to the broadcast here with Jackson and the Wildcats. Jackson answering with 2 big runs here in the bottom of the first.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Max Dunn hit a single, but it was an RBI single and scored 2 runs.
All right. So Owen McHugh was the leadoff, huh?
He flew out to first.
Okay. So
Now the first batter up to the plate. McHugh throws the pitch. Looks at strike 1. Strike 2, my mistake.
strike 2. There we go.
And that'll be a ground ball over to short. Fallon makes the play, throws it over to first. That is the first out of the inning.
First out for Mr. Jimmy Fallon. They call him Hollywood, I believe, because of the name. Late night, late show. Well, as you can see, we're not at Cunningham Park. We're here at Milton High School because of the weather. We had to change venues here, and there's a line
that
single.
is a line drive over into right field. That will get a single for the North Quincy batter.
All right, so Quincy with the Red Raiders with the runner aboard. But we had to, I guess, all the guys here at Milton Access TV to be congratulated for, getting everything squared away here at Milton High after the late change from Cunningham Park. So, but happy, Jackson, that you're here to call the game, obviously.
Happy to be here. And now McHugh throws a pitch. He bunts but misses. And that will be strike 1. McHugh checks the runner. And now another bunt attempt. That one's in the dirt. Runner will not go as Finnegan stops it. And now the count is 0-2. McHugh throws over to first.
Oh,
He gets him.
Nice. Owen McHugh with the dart. We see a lot of that at Brooks Field here, Jackson, with the Mr. McHugh in the football field when he was leading the Wildcats to the state final here.
And now there will be 2 outs. That is strike 2. And now the count is 1-2.
Owen McHugh probably graduated yesterday with the rest of the class of 2023.
That's ball 2. Now
yeah.
count 2-2.
And one of the more decorated athletes, I think bar none here, that Milton will see as he graduates. But he still has work to be done here on the diamond.
Captain for every team he played for.
Yeah, there's a strikeout.
And that is strike 3. Now Milton will go in and try and add on and try and break the tie.
Yeah. And coming aboard, the looks like Sean McDougal will be leading it off here for the Wildcats in the bottom of the second. And then Reed Dexter, and then Harry Hinkle, right? Okay. Oh, was he the final out? Is Sean McDougal? Okay. I stand corrected. It's going to be Reed Dexter who's going to be leading off, and then followed by Harrison Hinkle, and then Pierce O'Sullivan will be the man in the hole here for the Wildcats as they try to strive for the go-ahead run. Unbelievable here. Well, we're lucky that the weather has broken at Jackson. It looks like the sun has peaked out. You know, we still have some threatening clouds overhead, but behind us, it's all sunshine, it seems like.
When we got here at first, it was pouring.
Unbelievable. So, Jackson, you're a 5th grader at Pierce?
Collie Cot.
But you're going to be a 6th grader at Pierce next year? All right, congratulations. So you kind of graduated from elementary from Collicott, right? There you go.
I believe Pierce O'Sullivan will not be hitting this inning because Max Dunn will take his place as the DH.
Okay, so
It will
Max
go
Dunn was the DH. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I see. I got you. So
it will go Dexter, Hinkle, then McHugh.
Then back to the top of the order. Thank you for that. So let's see. KJ Beckett drew a walk. His first time up. Jack Finnegan out. And then Longo, he got a board on an error, then a single, and then an F3. Okay, so here we go.
Now up to the plate, Reed Dexter.
Dexter taking it inside.
That is ball 1.
Yeah.
Count 1-0. Alex Montero with the pitch. Outside strike, count 1-1.
Now Sun poking its head out here across the infield.
And that will be high, strike 2. Now the count is 1-2 for Reed Dexter, the right fielder. Dexter looking to start something here for his team in the bottom of the 2nd. Foul ball.
Jackson, who's on the mound here for the North Quincy Raiders?
Alex Montero, a senior and captain.
Okay. So Montero dealing from the mound here for the Raiders. And he's looking 2-2 pitch.
That'll be low, check swings, doesn't go, and now full count.
Wow, now the Sun has really poked its head out.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, Jackson.
That is high. My mistake, the last one was a 2-2 count. Now the count is full 3-2. High fly ball into center field. Center fielder tracks it down and makes the first out of the inning.
All right, that was number 4, Will Conley for the North Quincy Raiders, settling underneath that one. Dexter driving it deep. So got some good wood on that, and it seems like they got a little bit to Montero there in the bottom half of the 1st, Jackson, by getting 2 runs in.
Yes.
And now coming to the plate is Mr. Harrison Hinkle.
He's playing left field for Milton today. His number is 5.
There you go.
That'll be behind his back, ball 1. That'll be high, ball 2. Now the count is 2-0 for Harry Hinkle. Hinkle seeing his first at-bat today.
That looked like it was a little inside, Jackson.
And now that is the 3rd ball. No strikes on Hinkle.
Like I told you, it seems like Montero's starting to labor here a little bit.
I assume Hinkle will not swing on this one.
Well, he might have the green light because you know Montero's got to throw a strike, and there it is.
And now the count is 3-1.
So now you've got to protect the plate if you're Harrison Hinkle. Hinkle's thinking, I've got to get a hit here. And he's going to take a walk. Oh.
That is a very inside.
Yeah, that's questionable call there.
Strike 2. Now that is a full count, 3-2 on Hinkle.
And that's going to be ball 4, high inside.
And now the top of the order, Owen McHugh, will come up as Hinkle gets walked to first. McHugh flew out on his first AB.
So Harrison Hinkle playing left field here for the Wildcats. He's on board here after drawing a walk. And we got one out here with Owen McHugh at the plate. The man they call Juice.
That is strike 1. Catcher throws over to first.
Oh,
he will not be caught. Almost ran through the bag.
Yeah, close call there with Hinkle maybe drawing a little bit off the ball here.
Count 0-1 for McHugh. High fly ball into right. That one's going to go foul.
Foul along the right sideline, on the right field line.
Down in the count now, 0-2. That's high fly ball down into left center. Left fielder makes the grab.
Makes the grab. Now we got Harrison Hinkle's got to get back. Unbelievable. Harrison Hinkle almost got caught in between first and second on that because it looked like the ball might have a chance to land out of the grasp of the left fielder who makes the play and almost picked him up and doubling him up, but Harrison Hinkle getting back there in time to get into safely back into first base. So now Jimmy Fallon up the bat.
Fallon hit a single in his first at-bat. That is strike 1 that Fallon looks at. McHugh now has flew out twice.
Yep. So did he drive the ball deep on that one, the first one, or is it the high fly?
First one was a high fly to first.
Well, he drove that one a little bit. It looked like he got a piece of it, but it seemed to have died, almost falling in front of the left fielder. But here it is now. It's up to Mr. Fallon, late night show. Here we go. Hinkle going to second.
Does not get picked off as the throw hits the ground.
Yeah, great play by Harrison Hinkle. Kind of looked like Dave Roberts a little bit. The count now should be 3, right? 3-0, I believe it is. There we go. Montero, that's outside. Well, no, it's not 3-0.
That is a ball.
Let's see what they pull up with. Yeah, that could be 3-0 right there. All right.
Fallon looking to keep his team alive as they have a runner in scoring position on second. Ball in the dirt.
Harrison Hinkle getting a nice big lead off a second. Threatening. This team has always been aggressive, Jackson. Last year, that's the thing that was one of their the hallmarks of this team was their aggressive tactics on the base paths.
North Quincy has been showing some big leads as well.
Wow,
that
working
is
the corner.
strike.
Yeah, looks like Mr. Montero painting the outside corner on that one for a strike. So that'll be 3 and The count will be full, yeah.
2 outs, full count here. Fallon gonna try and get Milton the lead and hit Hinkle home. High fly ball over to right field.
And that settles in for an out, and that'll end the inning.
Right fielder number 17, Charlie Baker, made the grab.
All righty. Well, the Milton Wildcats now coming into this Division II playoff as the top seed in the power rankings, having gone 17-3 here, and then of course the North Quincy Raiders were seeded 32nd, Jackson, and wound up beating I think Grafton in the opening series to advance here in the they won in the preliminary round to get here to the first round.
Now they are in the round of 32.
32, and so the Wildcats, as I mentioned, you know, a year ago, cobbled together one of the, you know, great Cinderella seasons in baseball, in Milton baseball history, obviously with winning the state championship, putting together an unbelievable run. They had some great pitching. Charlie Walker was one of the aces of the staff now
at Northeastern.
He is pitching at Northeastern, yeah. And so there are a lot of guys here that are going to be college bound, like Owen McHugh will be going to Williams, where he'll be playing baseball and playing football out there. And so it'll be great to see him go on to the next level. Jack Finnegan, his battery mate, you know, is going to be going to St. Lawrence to play football. Not so sure he's going to be play baseball there too, but it'll be a great thing to see, you know. Great athletes, and that's one thing that, you know, being at the graduation yesterday, watching my own son, Noel Vega, graduate with that class, you know, these kids have done a lot, especially the senior class, and they've contributed a lot and inspired a lot of kids in this town, I think, you know, to want to be like them and to succeed like them. And it's great to see that, you know, it's great to see the support they're getting. A lot of people out here for this game as we get ready to start the top of the third.
Q throws a pitch. That will be strike one as the North Quincy batter looks at it. And that's a ground ball over to second. Gets into right field, and that'll be a base hit.
So that gets into the gap there for the Wildcats, or rather for the Raiders. And so Owen McHugh has a lead. He's given up a leadoff single there. He's had some impressive performances here this year. I think didn't he have a 15 strikeout performance against Framingham? Were you at that game?
I was not at that game.
Okay. Huh? Unbelievable.
And now McHugh throws a pitch. That is a low, strike one. The sun has gone away.
Yeah, unbelievable. Now a chill has descended upon the field here at Milton High School. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. To coin a phrase. Yeah. You're more than welcome to use that one, Jackson.
And that is a foul ball, strike two. And now McHugh will be ahead in the count as the pitcher, 0-2. We're going to get the first out of the inning. McHugh. And that's a high fly.
That's a high fly.
On the left.
Oh boy.
They
the
make
footing
the
here
grab.
is not the best. It looks like there's a ever so gentle slope out there in left field, and it's not well manicured, you could tell, and that almost caused the left fielder Harry Hinkle to stumble as he made that first jump on the ball. So that's something to watch out for here, Jackson, as the game goes on.
Scott Longo looked like he was slipping a little. And that's a ball high and outside. And now there is one out in the top of the third with a runner on first.
It's probably been a long time since any baseball game have been played on this field. especially a Division I playoff game. I don't think they're ever
At least for the
hosted.
varsity level.
Oh yeah, I mean you look at with the softball diamond, and it creates a little bit of an odd outfield configuration here.
Yes, it does. Makes it hard to have a fence.
Well, you got right fielders got to cover more ground. If a ball gets past him, it can run a long way.
Yes.
Whereas here, the center fielder has some backing from the backstop.
Throws it over to first. He will not get him.
And then you have the left fielder having to contend with that, you know, the cow pasture over here. So.
A lot of bumps there. And that's a foul ball. Goes over into the trees. A lot of balls have been lost today to those trees.
Kind of hard to see who is at the bat. How's your eyes there, Jackson?
Not good enough for that.
Can you tell? Okay, thanks.
And that's high. Throws over to second. Oh, the throw is just high. Finnegan almost got him. Probably would have if the throw was on point. And now there's a runner in scoring position for the batter.
Well, Sean McDougal was there to make the backup here. Jimmy Fallon, as the ball went sailing over Jimmy's head. So, well, that was Scott Longo in center field, I should say.
And that's a walk, and now runners on first and second.
Wildcats struggling here in the early going. After giving up 2 early in the top of the first, now with the Raiders threatening here with 2 men aboard.
And the Raiders will get a pinch runner in on first. McHugh steps off, checks the runner on second.
So Vinny O'Leary is the man standing at second base. And so they pinch running here for Aiden Bridges, and that brings up Will Conley, who hits that foul ball along the right side. Right. That's not the order?
That's just numbers.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jackson, thank you for correcting me. That isn't the order. Where's the order there for these guys? They didn't give you one? Okay. Oh boy, now it's starting to drizzle here.
The rain is picking up and it's getting heavier by the second. That's a strike. And now the count is 0-2 on the North Quincy batter. 1 runner in scoring position here with 1 away.
You got 2 men aboard. Yeah.
And that's a foul ball. Count still 0-2.
So Jew's trying to work. It's got to be incredibly difficult to work with this moisture now, landing on your hand, landing on your fingers, on your arm.
And if the ball sails into the dirt, then it gets even harder.
Yeah. Well, and it could make for some treacherous footing out there. Single.
Ground ball over to second. Throws it to first. That will be the second out of the inning.
So runners advance there in that fielder's choice by Sean. That wasn't Sean McDougal. That was put out by Sean McDougal on the 4-3 put out. But runners threatening now with runners on second and third. Here as we have a conference here between Owen McHugh, the catcher, and his pitching coach. I think they're going over what to do here. Is there going to be a batting change there, Jackson?
I do not believe there will be.
It looks like number 12. Is that number 12 I could see?
For the pitcher?
For Quincy. He's swinging, zoom in.
And now the rain really picking up here, along with the wind. This game may not go on for too much longer.
Well, it's 23.
23,
That's
that would be
pitcher,
the pitcher,
Alex Montero. Yeah. Ooh, that was some cheese there from Owen McHugh.
North Quincy bench getting louder and louder.
That was a called strike, wasn't it?
I believe so.
There you go.
And the count is 0-1 on Alex Montero.
Yeah. Oh, nice breaking
0-2.
pitch.
And now McHugh looking to put away Montero and bring him in with no runs scored.
Beautiful off-speed pitch from Owen McHugh. Fell right off the table there at Montero. It's neat to watch these pitcher-and-pitcher duels, you know.
Yes. High fly ball.
Looks like
In
first
foul
baseman.
territory. Beckett
Oh,
cannot manage to get it. Hits the tree.
Hit the tree. You know, would that have been an out if he had settled underneath that? That would have been an out, right? Or fan involvement, foliage interference. There you go. So the count remains 1-1. 1-2. 1-2 here. So McHugh ahead in the count here.
Looking to strike out the pitcher of the other side.
Oh,
And
the
that
swing and a
will be
miss.
dropped
And
for
Jack
a
Finnegan
strike.
is going to throw it to first for the out. So there you go.
And now going into the bottom of the third, Milton going to look to get a lead.
All right. So here he is, who's coming up in the order. Last man to make an out was Harrison Hinkle. No, check that. That was Jimmy Fallon with the pop-up to right field. So that'll bring up Scott Longo, who reached on an error and would have scored a run on one of Max Dunn's 2 RBI singles.
Yes.
So
Him and KJ Beckett scored.
So KJ Beckett, who drew a walk back in the bottom of the first, and he will be, Jack Finnegan will follow Longo, and then KJ Beckett will be in the hole. So it looks like we got considerable rainfall coming down here. It's pretty steady. I mean, we got to wonder about the drainage of this field, because that was a concern at Cunningham. Jackson.
This one I think has better drainage, but you can see
Well,
down at shortstop, it's getting a different color than the other
Well, there's
parts.
a gentle slope, too, to this field, so the water will run off, it seems like. But now we're seeing...
Towards our tent, there's quite a bit of water coming down.
We don't have any gutters on this tent, so we're having a little downspout action here.
And now Montero still on the mound for North Quincy. And there will be no rain delay. They are just going to go with it as Scott Longo, the center fielder, comes up to the plate.
Longo, who reached on an error in the bottom of the first and then wound up scoring on Max Dunn's 2 RBI.
And
Looks like he takes a ball there.
Count 1-0. That'll be strike 1. I wonder how the pitchers are dealing with this with all of the wetness.
Yeah.
And now Longo. Swing and a miss.
That'll bring it to 2-2 count.
Count even here.
Boy, it is coming down steadily now.
And you can hear it dropping. Montero managing well through the rain, though. And Longo hits a nice line drive down the first baseline, but it will be foul.
Wow. Believe it or not, Jackson, I see a break in the cloud cover. I think that we're going to have some sunshine breaking through here any minute.
Sun showers, maybe?
Yeah.
This rain doesn't seem like it's letting up, though.
It will. I'll promise you. It looks like it's outside.
So now the count will be full at 3-2.
Scott Longo.
Working the count here.
Yes. Making Mr. Montero grind out there in the mound on the wetness. Oh. That's a pitch outside for a walk.
Ball 4, and now Jack Finnegan, the catcher, will come up to the plate.
Jack Finnegan, one of my favorites from the football endeavors there with the Wildcats. Unbelievable. That's all I got to say for you. Unbelievable, Mr. Finnegan.
He is a very fast base runner.
Oh, yeah. You should have seen him on the. Did you go to any of the football games? Did you ever? One? Just the one? Oh, Super Bowl. Okay, baby. Yeah. Season to savor. It was a season to savor. Look at this, Jackson. What did I tell you?
And
Right
now
on,
the rain
right on
is-
cue. The sun comes out, and look at that. They just turned the spigot off. What did I tell you?
Rain is getting lighter.
All right. So we got a man on board here. Mr. Longo at first base. Jack Finnegan showing a bunt.
Finnegan bunts foul. And now the count is 1-1.
Yeah, Jack Finnegan, one of the more memorable performances in the football playoffs, where he scored 24 consecutive points for the Wildcats in a big win over Minnesota.
That is quite a few points.
Yeah.
Montero with the pitch. Finnegan pulls back the bunt, so that will be ball.
All
Or mistake,
right.
that will be a ball.
So now, Jackson, how does the moisture play here with what we've gotten? It's got to be on the field here. I'm wondering if any little ground ball becomes an adventure for this infield.
I think it's going to be hard for shortstop
Yeah.
because it looks like they are very wet in that area, so I think they might be slipping a little and the ball might take a different direction.
And I think that's probably why Jack Finnegan is showing bunt, because he
He
lays
wants it
down
to
a
hit the
bunt,
grass.
he hits the grass, makes them come charging up, maybe lose their footing, and Jack is fast enough to reach
He will
base on the bunt.
definitely make
So-
that base if they lose their foot.
And right now, Wildcats scratching and clawing for a run.
Throw to first. Longo is safe on the back. We have seen many pickoff attempts today.
Yeah,
McHugh has gotten one.
that was an ending out, right?
I
it
believe that
was.
was the second out.
Montero working now. Oh!
And that will hit
and that
Finnegan.
hit Finnegan.
Does
Finnegan
not.
unfazed. Unbelievable. That's Jack Finnegan for you, Jackson. The guy's tough as nails. Nails, I'm telling you.
Now up to the plate for Milton will be KJ Beckett, the first baseman. He scored on one of Max Dunn's single. And now it appears
Yeah. Now they're 23's Montero. He probably lost, you know what? I think that may have been a function of some moisture that had gathered either in his glove or in his hand, you know, working through that little brief downpour, and then now, you know, having to deal with that and maybe a little late game, mid-game wildness. But right now you've got a dangerous hitter coming to the plate in KJ Beckett. Beckett obviously drew a walk, tough out, and Beckett, one of the football captains during that championship run, the season to savor. Getting in a plug.
and now Beckett gonna look to score again.
Right, with 2 men aboard.
He will try and score. Scott Longo, who's on second in scoring position. Montero gets the sign. Lifts the leg, throws.
Ooh,
Beckett looks at strike one.
Montero pounding the zone there, not wasting any time, trying to get on top of the pitcher, the batter, KJ Beckett.
And it appears that North Quincy will be warming up another pitcher, number 3, Aiden Bridges.
Looks like Montero is struggling to locate his pitches here. And right now, yeah, you're right. They're trying to get this pitcher warm and hot as quickly as they can, but
Count is 1-1 here.
so no outs here in the bottom of the third. Oh!
High fly ball down into right. Runner on second will tag and make his way to third. Runner on first will decide to stay.
So Longo goes to third base. Jack Finnegan stays at first.
And now up the DH, who has the 2 RBIs of this game, Max Dunn.
So nice sac fly there by KJ Beckett.
Dunn gonna look to score Longo.
Number 3. Aiden Bridges is the man warming up for North Quincy right now, as Montero struggles to get out of this inning. 1 out with men on the corners here for the Wildcats. No. Yeah. So Coach Brendan Morrissey having a conversation here with Mr. Dunn, Max Dunn, who had a 2 RBI single here that got us even.
Gonna look to do the same thing, get his 3rd RBI of the day by scoring Longo. And a sac fly would work in this situation while there's only 1 out.
And
Runner goes to second. Fake throw.
Well, that's defensive indifference on that one, because he's not going to throw to second base, because that gives up the
third
runner.
Correct.
Scores. So that's a free pass basically for Jack Finnegan.
And he's fast. He probably would have made it.
You're probably right about that. Sir. Yep. Yes, sir. So count is 1-0.
Could get another
0-1. Oh,
high
that could be
fly
the
ball over to short.
Oh, that's going to be in the
that's
infield.
Too shallow.
Yeah.
And now there are 2 outs. Dunn is 1 for 2 today.
So pop up to short on that one, and man still on second and third. It looked like if he had driven it deeper, Jackson might have had a chance to drive in Mr. Longo there from third.
And now up to the plate is Sean McDougal, the second baseman. He struck out last time.
Sean McDougal batting from the port side. So if he puts anything into play, pull hits.
And that's a ground ball over to short. And that
gonna
is
end
the
inning.
3rd out. And that was a shame. Milton couldn't capitalize on that scoring opportunity.
So Milton and North Quincy remain tied here after 3 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Wildcats tied with North Quincy Raiders 2-2. All right, so Wildcats looking to
How many do they
all right, we're back here at Milton High School for this Division I playoff between the Milton Wildcats, the top seed in Division II, and defending state champions in Division II, against the 32nd seeded North Quincy Raiders, who find themselves in a 2-2 stalemate with the Wildcats. And on the hill is Owen McHugh back for the 4th inning. And last inning we saw Aaron Bridges warming up, or Aaron Bridges, I think Aiden Bridges, excuse me. I have Aaron Rodgers on the mind right now. I don't know why. But Aiden Bridges, the right-hander who seemed to be warming up for Mr. Montero, who seemed to be struggling with his location, and got out of that jam, though, with inducing a couple pop flies that prevented the Wildcats from pushing across the go-ahead run there, with Scott Longo standing on third base and Jack Finnegan, who reached on a hit by pitch, standing at second after reaching there on a stolen base through defensive indifference. So here we are, Jackson. The situation now gets a little more tense for the Wildcats, I think. You know, everything you got to really pay attention to the little details here. And there's so many variables right now at play with the playing conditions, you know, whether or not, you know, Owen McHugh can stand up here and go the distance. If you know, does Morrissey want to pull him back? You know, I think he's got to go with the guy, right?
The hard thing that we'll see if McHugh can manage to do is, will he be able to not let the water get to the ball too much so it doesn't slip out of his hand?
Well, there's no moisture coming out of the skies right now, which is a nice thing. But, you know, it's collected all around here. So there it is, first pitch for a strike. He looked to be in command there, Jackson.
And now McHugh for the second pitch. Ground ball over to short. Fallon fields it over to Beckett. That is the first out of the inning. That might get the ball wet there, though, as it travels through the grass.
Right. So now he's got to, yeah, let's see what he does. I think he's got to kind of, yeah, he's working it a little bit, as you can see on the mound. He's kind of massaging it, trying to maybe get this thing more pliable for him, you know. So here it is, the second man up.
And now McHugh throws. First strike, got him looking.
Pounding the zone with a fastball on that one. Oh,
strike two. That
another
one,
swing and
that
miss.
one had some zip on it.
That's another swing and miss fastball for Owen McHugh. Oh, that just missed the corner. Yeah, he was painting on that one and just missed the call, and that's a ball.
A little low and outside.
Yeah.
And now McHugh with the pitch. That one's in the dirt, and now the count will be even at 2-2.
I think he was trying to squeeze that one too hard. So now at 2-2, the batter all of a sudden feels like he's got a little bit of an advantage, you know, having fought off 0-2 count. Oh my goodness, almost a check swing on that. Now the count is full, so the batter's feeling very confident against Owen McHugh.
3 straight balls for Owen McHugh.
You don't want to give in here if you're Owen McHugh.
A pop fly or a strikeout would be the best situation.
Well, here comes a fastball.
And that is strike 3.
There you go, Owen McHugh with the strikeout. How many does he have today? Is that this first one?
I think he's got maybe 2, 3, maybe 4.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm going to start a K line here. Owen McHugh. How about that? All right.
And
We don't have the K signs. You know, they should do that here, but I don't know if they did it at Cunningham. Did they do that at Cunningham? No. Okay. All right, here we go.
And now that is strike 1. That'll be ball 1. Now the count is 1-1.
Yeah, it looked to be a little bit outside, low and away.
That'll be lined out into center.
So that drops in for a single. With 1 out now, Quincy has the go-ahead runner aboard. And it looks like they're going to be making a change here. I'm not sure who's coming to bat. It looked like they may have made a bit of a change.
Batter?
Yes.
It's 20-something.
Would that be, it's not Montero, is it? 22.
That will be Nick DePalma, the sophomore.
Nick DePalma, North Quincy. And DePalma comes to the plate with the man aboard.
And now the pitch, a little high. Finnegan throws over to first.
Oh, I think he got him. Oh, Jack was close. KJ applied the tag, and it looked like he may have caught the base runner. but they're signaling him safe.
That will be a strike.
That would be a definite strike, Jackson. He pounded the zone there with impunity. Lofton infield hit.
Fly ball. 3 men going forward, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning.
Yeah, so Jackson, Owen McHugh looking very impressive there with a strikeout, dominating the strike zone, pounding the zone, locating his pitches, and he gets a nice fly out to right field there. Reed Dexter settling underneath there. It looked like it might have dropped for a hit, but the Wildcats now coming to the plate for the Wildcats. We're going to have Mr. Reed Dexter, who made that out, right? Followed by Harrison Hinkle and then Owen McHugh. All righty. We're getting ready here for the start of the 4th inning. And bottom of the 4th. That's right. Bottom of the 4th.
Still Montero.
Thank you. And Montero still on the mound here for the Raiders. Montero struggled here the last time out. Got 2 men aboard and he hit 1 batter. And it looked like the Wildcats were threatening there with 2 men on base. But he was able to induce a couple high fly outs to get himself out of the inning. And they were warming up Aiden Bridges over on the side there, and almost halfway expected that he was going to be in the game at this point. But here it is coming into the 4th, and Reed Dexter batting from the port side, the right fielder, number 3, stepping into the batter's box for the Wildcats. Montero outside, and that'll be 1-0. Inside, oh, that had Dexter stepping out of the batter's box, went so inside. But that's going to be a called strike, 1-1 here in this Division I playoff that's coming to you live here on Milton Access TV. All right, that's going to be a 2-1 count after that offering fell low, dropped out of the batter's zone there, the strike zone. Montero dealing, and a little foul tip off the edge of the bat of Reed Dexter's bat. That'll bring the count to 2-2. That's low. Full count. Reed Dexter, good eye on that one. Montero with gas. Strikeout. Swinging. Reed Dexter goes down. So that'll bring up Harrison Hinkle. The left fielder. And that's a little high. That'll be 1-0. Harrison Hinkle, good eye there. 1-0 on Harrison Hinkle. Harrison Hinkle with a drive to deep center, and their center fielder number 4, Will Conley, settling underneath for the out. So Dexter Jackson Lang struck out in his and the leadoff position, and Harrison Hinkle with the big F7 on that one. That's a fly out to center field. That'll bring up Owen McHugh to the plate here. So
McHugh is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts today.
yeah, but he drove the ball. Well, it looked like he drove it kind of deep to left here. Oh, Owen McHugh right in the middle of the back, second batter that Montero has hit today. He's hit the battery for Milton, the catcher and the pitcher. How about that, Jackson?
I wouldn't be surprised to soon see Aiden Bridges come out.
Well, they warmed him up in the last inning, and
I don't see him.
I don't see him out there warming up at all. It
Maybe
looks
they
like,
put more faith in Montero.
I don't know, but 2-hit batsman, but he did. I mean, he really pounded the zone against Dexter. Dexter fought to get the count full, and Montero came in with gas on that one. So there
Up
it
to the
is.
plate now is Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon with one man and
McHugh goes.
Hugh's going, yep.
And he will make it as the throw is off, and now they have a runner in scoring position.
So Juice with the stolen base now, putting a little pressure here on Mr. Montero with the count now at 0-1. Oh, 1-0, excuse me. 1-0.
Fallon. Ground ball over
Ground ball
short.
to
That
short,
will
yeah.
advance McHugh,
And
but
that's
that is
out.
3 outs.
There it is. It's a 5-3 in the book. Ground out to third base. So that'll end the 4th inning. And we'll be coming up here with the North Quincy Red Raiders. The Red Raiders or the Raiders?
Raiders.
The Raiders, thank you, sir.
They had to change their name.
Okay. Oh, yeah, of course. So the Raiders now, or like Chris Berman does it, the Raiders. Oh, unbelievable.
Milton warming up.
So what is your favorite sport, Jackson, to cover here at Milton Access TV?
Hockey.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell in your exuberance and the hockey call. It's awesome. Awesome. I hope you do it for a long time. Are you going to be doing it next year? Come on, man. You got to do it. You got to do
Probably.
it. Right? Yeah.
If I can.
There you go. If you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And if I can, I will join you on color commentary again, some way, somehow.
And
Or you know what? You can come in if we do a football game together on Thanksgiving. How about that? How about that with my main man, Sean Doyle, here? We'll do that. I usually bring donuts, by the way. Is that enough to entice you? Yay! There it is. Right, Sean?
I'm in.
I bring the great donuts, so we'll definitely do that.
Looks like McHugh will still be on the mound.
Yeah. Juice took one in the back though, and that's gonna leave a mark. You gotta feel like it's gonna leave a mark, but you gotta wonder. I mean, it hit him right in the back, and that's like his throwing shoulder, and you know it wasn't intentional because the pitcher has been kind of leaning towards all over the place. Yeah. When it seems like Montero's dialed up the velocity, it has not found its mark, and it's landed, squarely on the back of his intended targets. But right now, Owen McHugh commanding the zone. Let's see how he looks here in the warm-up pitches. Yep. Owen McHugh, I mean, he was a surefire, sure-handed quarterback for the Wildcats. Also, great player at hockey.
Center for Milton High.
Of course
and
he
the
was a
captain.
center. Of course he was.
Captain of everything.
What's extraordinary about him is that he, for 4 years, was on the honor roll here at Milton High. And for 4 years, Jackson, never missed a day in school. How about that?
That's
Unbelievable.
Never was sick?
Never missed a day in school.
Where do you find those stats?
Oh, that was an award he received
Oh.
from the high school. Yeah, I dialed it up on Google. What do you think?
I was must be
No,
pretty hard not to
absolutely
ever get sick.
though. He was yeah, there were a lot of talented kids in that class. I mean, 4 years on the honor roll. I figured you make it once, it inspires you or motivates you to do it again. And then you do it again and people say, you can't do it a third time. Yeah, you want to see? I'm going to make it a third time.
No way you can do it 4 then.
Well,
you do it
4, you know what? I'm going to make it 4-0. And he did. So congratulations, hats off to Owen McHugh on an extraordinary academic career here at Milton High. Here we go. Who's stepping in here? That's a number. Kind of hard to see from way out here. He turned it back. Number 2.
That will be Vinny O'Leary, the senior.
My cousin Vinny O'Leary. You ever see that movie?
Nope.
Oh.
That was a ball in the dirt, and now the count will be 1-0 for Vinny O'Leary. O'Leary is a senior and a captain for this North Quincy Raiders team.
Yeah. Juice pounding the zone for a strike.
See strike 2. And that will be strike
2.
2. My mistake,
1
I
and
said
2.
strike 2 is the last pitch.
No, that was strike 1. He pounded the zone again there for the swing and miss strike. He's relying on that velocity, that fastball, but he can throw off speed here. Nope, he went right back to the fastball.
That one's just a little bit outside. Now the count is even at 2-2 for Vinny O'Leary.
Okay, so Jackson, if you're Jack Finnegan, what do you throw down? The deuce or the heater? I'm coming with a heater. There it is. Oh, a little high.
And now full count here for 2.
Well, he's got to come with it. He's got to come with the good stuff. Don't play around with any off-speed things.
No, you got to get a straight up 4-seamer or 2-seamer right here.
There it is.
That's fouled off.
So Vinny O'Leary getting a little bit of contact on there, staying alive at the plate. And he's not going to go down easily either. He's not going to give in.
And that will be strike 3.
And I'll add another K here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? For Owen McHugh, as by our unofficial count. He was really pounding the zone. He exclusively relied on the fastball there. We've seen him go off speed to get a swing and a miss. But here it is. He's going with what he knows.
And that was
the off speed right there.
Got him swinging, probably thought it was going to be a fastball after how many he threw on that last AB.
Brilliantly done by Owen McHugh to kind of throw that batter off with an off-speed pitch to start off with a first pitch strike.
Nice decision by Finnegan.
Yep.
That'll be strike 2, a little outside.
Owen McHugh's dealing now.
And now McHugh up 0-2. To get the second out. That'll be fouled off into the trees. Yet another ball lost.
Oh, he went to the off speed and it did not quite do what he wanted it to do. That'll be a ball.
And now the count will be 1-2.
Oh,
high
big knock.
Fly ball into
big
left
knock.
field.
Longo settling underneath it. And that's going to be a big out there, Jackson, for the Wildcats.
Second out of the inning.
Yes.
And that one was pretty close to the fence.
Yeah, the big knock. You wonder, I mean, again, the odd configuration here of this outfield because of its abutment right next to the softball field and its fencing makes this a pretty kind of
interesting setup.
well, I'd say challenging for the outfielders. You know, like I said, the right fielder has to cover more ground than anybody out here.
My mistake, that ball was heading to right now.
And this guy's got to worry about a fence right behind him, and the left fielder doesn't. You know, he's got to worry about, you know, that cow pasture that is standing out.
That'll be strike one. Now the count is 1-1.
All right.
McHugh gonna try and get 2 more strikes here and get his guys in with no base runners.
I believe this batter reached on a C-nice single that got between first and second last time up.
Now the count is 2-1 after that ball.
Oh,
Ooh, my mistake. That was 3-1, and that'll be ball 4.
I tell you, it looked like a strike the last time I saw it and that time I saw it. I don't understand the difference there. But Owen McHugh walking the third batter here, and now facing a 4th hitter with a man aboard.
Throws it over to first. He is safe.
He's got a good move to first, doesn't he, Jackson?
Yes. Umpire took a little bit of time to make that call. Ground ball over to third. Fair. Throw over to first. That will end the inning.
That'll end it.
Now going into the bottom of the 5th, Milton will look to get a lead.
And coming up will be Scott Longo. He'll be leading off the bottom of the 5th with Jack Finnegan and KJ Beckett in the hole. And that was a nice piece of fielding by Mr. Pierce O'Sullivan, not only to stay in front of it, but to get the ball across the field. That's a long throw. That's a pretty tough throw without one-hopping it to KJ Beckett for the inning-ending out. So let's tip our cap to Mr. Pierce O'Sullivan for a nicely played ground ball on that one.
And now it appears to be Montero on the mound.
Montero coming out for the bottom of the 5th. Again, you know, he's gotten a little bit wilder as the game has gotten on. He's had 2 hits batsmen already. As we mentioned, he's hit the battery, Milton's starting battery of Jack Finnegan and then Owen McHugh. So
He's lucky those didn't cost him, though.
yes, because both of those, you know, both runners of those runners reached second, as you recall, both stealing second.
Longo, the center fielder, up to the plate, then the catcher, then first baseman.
Scott Longo, in his first time up, reached on an error and then wound up scoring on Max Dunn's 2 RBI single. And then I think he came up again in the 3rd inning, and
Rain has not happened for quite a while.
yeah.
And now Longo will come up to the plate.
So here we are in the 5th inning. Score tied 2-2 in this Division I playoff between the top-seeded Milton Wildcats and the number 32 seeded North Quincy Raiders. The Raiders.
And that will be low ball, so now the count is 1-1.
So Longo looking to try and get something started here for the Wildcats. You know, it's getting late here in the game, and score still remains tied at 2 apiece.
Foul ball hits the netting, and now the count is 1-2. Longo hoping to score again and get his team a lead. Milton has not had a lead yet this whole game.
Yeah. They've been playing from behind. How have they played from behind this year, Jackson? Oh, third hit batsman there for, that looked like it hit him. Did that not hit him?
That one just went behind him.
Oh my goodness. Well, it looked like he got hit, didn't he, from where we're sitting? Well, he must have eluded it or evaded it. So now the count goes to 2-2.
Longo ground
Oh,
ball over
nubs it.
to the pitcher. Shortstop. Oh, and that's another error. Longo keeps reaching on the shortstop's errors.
Wow, that's uncanny. Longo with another nubber there that caused some consternation on in fielding between the first baseman, or actually the second baseman and shortstop, where they were converging on it, and enables Longo to reach base. And now coming up is Jack Finnegan. Let's see if he shows bunt here.
He very well might with his speed and with Longo, but
Yep.
and there he
There it
does down
is.
the third baseline. Perfect bunt, and that will get him to first and Longo to second.
Nope, that went foul,
Oh,
Jackson.
never
Yep.
mind. So let's try that again.
There you go.
Would have been
That
perfect
almost,
if we were a
it
few
would have
inches
been.
fair.
I mean, that was well done. If he just put it on the grass, he would have reached it, because the grass is so moisture soaked right now that it probably would have slowed down that ball. But you know what? Like I said, I think it's a brilliant strategy. You know, trying to get him. They're just trying to manufacture a run any way they can here.
Throws over to first, safe. No question about that, as Longo slid in before the ball even reached first.
Yeah, Mrs. Longo's not going to be pleased, because that uniform's going to come home really dirty now.
Pulls away the bunt, but still a strike. And now count is 0-2.
0-2. Jack Finnegan behind the count here. Now he's got to protect the plate.
Milton really needs him on base for his speed. High fly ball out into right. Right fielder will be right there.
Yeah, it settles in underneath there. That'll be the second out, right?
First
First
out
out.
of the inning.
First
And
out.
now up to the plate is KJ Beckett, the first baseman. He scored on Max Dunn's RBI single.
Yeah, he drew a walk in the first inning to reach base, and then I think a fly out. A sac fly in the second at bat.
And now Beckett high fly ball into foul territory. That one will be lost to the trees.
But, you know, there was a good turnout here, Jackson. People from Milton, and I'm sure Quincy as well, surrounding this heavily wooded ball field.
Down to our right, there's
Yeah.
quite a few people.
And you know what? You got hats off to them for sticking it out in this rain, this weather. You know, I think we're out of it. I want to say, I've got my fingers crossed.
There's quite a few storm clouds around us.
No, not as much. Not as much. I think we can make it. We're gonna make this. All right, here we go.
Pitcher threw over to first. Seems a little phased by Longo being on first. And that's a nice hit into center field.
That's
fielder
gonna get
can't
over
get it.
that's
And
gonna be a run.
That's gonna get him home. That'll be an RBI double.
Longo going all the way for the go-ahead run. KJ Beckett celebrating at second base.
And now Milton will be up 3-2 after that fabulous double.
RBI double, timely hit for the Wildcats to put them up 3-2 here in the fifth inning. And now coming to the plate, it's going to be Max Dunn, the DH.
He will look to get another RBI and score Beckett once again.
Max Dunn was very productive in his first at-bat with that 2 RBI hit, and now KJ Beckett aboard with, after stinging that thing, that almost made it all the way to the softball field.
That'll be high, ball one.
Dunn like crowding the plate there a little bit.
And I think Montero may be taken out after this inning, after that double that was let up.
I don't know. He's a captain, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Tough to take a guy out in that situation.
That'll be ball two.
But it's probably going to be entirely up to him. It looks like they're going to have some action in the bullpen again over in North Quincy.
Yep.
And they're sending out, I think you may be right on that one, that Montero might be reaching the end of the line here. Oh!
And that is his third hit batter.
Batsman. Unbelievable. That puts 2 men aboard here for the Wildcats.
Now we're going to force a third now for North Quincy. And now up to the plate will be Sean McDougall, the second baseman.
John McDougall struck out in his first at-bat.
Are you on the pitcher or the...
And now the coach for North Quincy will have a talk with Montero. Actually, yeah, talk with Montero and the catcher. You can see the guy in the bullpen warming up. Let's see which number he is. That is number 3.
That's Bridges, who got warmed up previous inning.
I think that this is a very good sign that he will be coming in for the 6th.
Well, there looks to be a force out at third, like you mentioned, but you've got Reed Dexter, Sean McDougall batting from the left side. And if he can hit it, you know, KJ Beckett might be able to get around and score another run that would make it 4-2.
That'll be an inside and low, strike 1. And now Milton looking to get more of a lead here as McDougall is going to try and score Beckett. Sees a ball. Now the count is even at 1-1. Montero hasn't done too bad today. He's only let up 3, but McHugh has only let up 2.
And he's also had the 3-hit batsman, though.
That is a little bit of an issue.
Yeah. And that looks to be outside.
Ball 2.
Yeah.
A little high and outside.
High in the zone.
And now the count will be 2-1.
It seems when he elevates, that's when he's getting in trouble here, trying to control and find the location and locate those pitches.
I don't know if it works for this league. They always say don't aim in my league.
Yeah. 3-1 the count now. Reed Dexter in the on deck, and Harry Hinkle in the hole here for.
That'll be ball 4, and now we'll get
so
the bases juiced.
For Reed Dexter coming up to the plate with bases loaded after Montero struggling here and was not helped by his defense with that error that scored Scott Longo.
And
then
here comes Aiden Bridges. Montero's time is over.
So Montero with having given up 3 runs here, and we'll calculate the number of hit batsmen as 3. And then of course the number of hits, I think he's given up 2, right?
Yes, and I
3
do
hits.
not know.
3 hits.
3.
1, 2, 3, 4 hits actually.
4 hits.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going to place him in the field because he appears.
Montero's going to be in the infield.
He
He's
appears to
standing
be
at second
chatting
base.
with the infielders, but then there is a
He's
person
standing.
behind the mound.
That's the third baseman.
Oh, I see.
So it looks like Montero will be going over to play second base. Bridges, Will Conley is the left fielder, isn't he?
Conley is the center fielder.
The center fielder. Well, who's number 2 over there?
2, that would be Vinny O'Leary.
Okay, so Vinny O'Leary is probably the shortstop. And Montero, the other captain, is probably going to settle in at first base.
This team has 4 captains, actually.
Yeah.
They have Alex Montero, Kyle DeBoer, Kevin Richard, and Vinny O'Leary.
And the Wildcats? You know them up by heart?
I know that Owen McHugh is one of the captains. That is all I
Okay.
know by memory. And now there's only one out here, so a sac fly would do the job to extend their lead for Reed Dexter.
Yeah. What has Reed Dexter done here? He's had a strikeout, and I thought he had a fly out as well. Check here. Strikeout in his previous at-bat, so that's when Montero was dealing gas. And here it is from Aiden Bridges.
First ball he throws today will be a ball.
That's a tough thing to do, Jackson, to come in a playoff game. You're cold.
Bases loaded.
Well, he got hot one inning, then didn't come out, and then they tried to hurry him up, and now 0-2, 2-0 pitch. So bases loaded, you know, all this guy has to do is
Toughest situation to come into,
tough,
in my opinion.
very
Bases
tough.
loaded is very tough.
High leverage situation.
Especially with one out, because then you have to strike out a batter.
No, you have to get a ground ball out, or you have to like do something. And there he pounds the zone for a strike.
You got to get some kind of ground ball that the infield can get to home.
Or, yeah.
Because you normally want to stop
you
that
want to force
run.
at home, right? Yeah.
And that'll be a swing and a miss. Now the count is 2-2.
Big swing and miss. Dexter, I think, thinking, I just want to tear into something. But in reality, all you want to do is put it into play.
And
there
that'll
it is.
be a high
That's
fly
gonna do
ball
it.
down into left field. That will score the runner.
And that'll advance, I think. Oh,
Runner does not choose to go to third. So now there are two outs, but Milton is up by 2 as well
with
in the
two
bottom
men-
of the 5th.
2 men still aboard here. So great sacrifice fly there by Dexter. A sack 7 with the RBI, and that scores KJ Beckett.
There appears to be
From
a
third.
pinch runner on second for Milton. Luke Naughton will be running for Milton on second.
So Luke Naughton is in. He probably came in for Dunn, the
DH.
DH.
And now up to the plate is Harrison Hinkle. Gonna look to score that runner on third.
Score 4-2 now.
And that's a
Wildcats.
strike. A little outside.
So in this inning, the Wildcats have gone on top for the first time in this game and then extended the lead here 4-2. And a couple of big hits, a big knock by KJ Beckett with the 2 RBI.
Strike 2.
An RBI double.
And now Hinkle has to protect the plate with this. 0-2 now. Bridges looking to get out of this with only 1 scored. Runner goes. That's a
gonna be
foul
pop-up.
ball.
I don't know, that's catcher settling underneath. Nope, it got out of play there. So Luke Naughton was on his horse as soon as that ball was put into play.
Let's see if he does that again.
Yeah.
I think right as the pitcher lifts his leg, he may take off. Got a nice lead. Does not go. Ball in the dirt. Naughton almost goes. Has very, very big lead.
So that's the 1-2 pitch now. And that's going to bring up a huge, huge pitch here for Aiden Bridges.
If he can strike this batter out, his team may be able to get some runs in the top of the 6th to tie up the game.
I sense the Raiders are at a tipping point here.
And that's a pop-up, but it doesn't.
Montero and, unbelievable. Montero almost collided with his right fielder, but the
That would
Wildcats
be
wind
Charlie
up.
Baker.
Yeah, Wildcats wind up scoring 2 in that one, Jackson, with the big knock by KJ Beckett with a big RBI double that drove in Scott Longo, who reached on an error. And then, of course, Ryan Dexter with a big bases loaded sacrifice fly to left field that plated
Yeah,
KJ Beckett there.
Reed Dexter had a great sac fly.
Yeah. So unbelievable there, and that was Harrison Hinkle with the pop up to second to end the inning. And when we come back, the bottom of the sixth, the Wildcats will be sending the top of the order.
Top of the
Top
of the bottom.
when they come up to play, it'll be the bottom of the sixth. When the Wildcats come up to bat.
Oh.
So when the Wildcats come up to bat in the bottom of the sixth, they'll come up the top of the order. It'll be McHugh, Fallon, and Longo.
Ooh.
Yeah. So now McHugh back on the mound there, Jackson Lang. What do you think?
I think that he's been doing pretty good. He's only let up 2, and it hasn't been very costly as his team has been able to put more runs up than the other team, so I don't see why you would take him out now.
Never, yeah. No, he's dealing right now. He's relying on that fastball, and I think he brilliantly came back to it, to an off-speed pitch after he gave a steady diet of fastballs on his last strikeout, and you saw that it's been really effective in the way that he is kind of managed and locating his pitches in the strike zone. He's pounding the zone, really is.
Sean, you want to switch? Of course.
Getting a little chilly here now as we get later here in the evening.
I would say it's getting very chilly, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see who's coming in. This is Montero at the plate. He's a big swinger.
And now McHugh gonna deal his first pitch of the inning. It's the leg throws.
A little off speed.
Montero will look at strike 1.
That was a little off speed pitch from Owen McHugh to get ahead of the count on Montero.
And that will be a foul ball. Now the count is 0-2 on Montero.
Another breaking pitch there that got him inducing a swing. So now Juice in control. He can throw anything right now.
He decides fastball. That'll be a foul ball.
Foul ball. Let him run it out.
He would not stop running. He didn't let up till he hit the bag.
Yeah. Was that a hit? That was a hit?
That was a hit?
That looked like a foul ball to me.
I think it was like a wild pitch so he could go or something.
A wild pitch on the third strike?
Drop third strike.
Oh, okay.
He missed the ball, but it was
yes, he swung at it.
He swung, missed. It bounced off the catcher, and
Yes, it looked like it was tough to see. It looked like he got a piece of it.
yes, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, from our vantage point here in straightaway center, it's kind of tough to kind of distinguish that. But so one man aboard here for the Quincy Raiders, North Quincy Raiders.
And that'll be a high fly ball over into right, but foul, lost to the trees yet again.
So make it 1-2 the count here.
We're going to get the first out of the inning here. McHugh with the pitch.
Is this O'Leary the batter? Oh.
And that will strike him out. That, I do not know who that batter was, but now there will be 1 out with 1 aboard here in the top of the 6th.
McHugh elevating with the fastball to get that called strike, or the third swinging strike there.
That'll be strike 1.
Woo.
Now the count is 0-1.
That's gas. He's throwing gas right now. And the location is just absolutely pinpoint for Owen McHugh.
And it looks like a pitcher for Milton will be warming up. I'm gonna try and see who this is. That'll be number 16, it appears.
Yep, that could be Ben Catadle.
Well, that looks like KJ Beckett.
No, that's not Beckett.
No, maybe that is so. Let's see here.
No, that's not him.
It is either Ben Catadle or Scott Longo.
No, that's Ben Catadle. Ben's a lefty. That's Ben. think that's it.
And now 1-2 count here, I believe.
1-1 with the foul.
Oh, and that's
almost. Jack Finnegan almost pulling the double play there. That was a strikeout. That was a 1-2 count. Yep. Nice job, Jackson, on that one. And we got Ben Catadle warming up for the Milton Wildcats over on this side, along the left field side. Left-hander, senior, who just graduated here with the class of 2023.
And that'll be a high ball one. Now the count is 1-0. That'll be high ball two, and now the count is 2-0. McHugh needs to lower his pitches.
He's been pretty good finding the strike zone all game long, and there it is.
And that will be strike one. Now the count is 2-1. McHugh going to look to get it back to even with this pitch here.
It's not been often that he's strayed away from the strike zone. He's always in command, on point, and firing away right now.
And that'll be ball three. Now the count is 3-1. McHugh going to try and get it to full.
Well, does he go off speed here, Jackson, or does he come with the heat?
Heat. And that'll be a foul.
Fouled on. Whoa!
And he throws it over to first. Drops the ball.
Did that hit the base runner?
I think that hit the base runner, only if they were playing wiffle ball.
No, evidently, maybe not, because he's not hopping around. Because if that had hit him, that would have left a mark.
Yeah. And now McHugh with the pitch. That's high, ball four, and now they have one runner in scoring position with runners on first and second.
Okay, we're going to have another mound visit, this time from the pitching coach.
Maybe we might see Ben Catadle coming here. It appears he's just playing catch, though, so I don't think he is fully ready.
No, he's been getting hot a little bit there. So 2 men on the tying run, and the go-ahead run now is coming to the plate. And we've got 2 outs here in the inning. So Owen McHugh 1 out away, 3 strikes away from getting out of this inning and handing the baton perhaps to Ben Catadle, his senior classmate.
And that'll be ball one. Count 1-0 here. And that'll be strike one. Now the count is even at 1-1.
McHugh finding the zone again with just an absolute dot.
And that'll be a foul bunt, and now the count is 1-2.
McHugh ahead now.
Looking to get the second out of the inning?
Out of the inning. Looking to get out of the inning.
Out of the inning, my mistake.
Yeah, he's going, I think he's just going to rear back and fire gas right here. Knowing him. Strike 3. That should have been a strike 3. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. How could that not be a strike? I'm going all Tommy Heinsohn on you.
And now.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Steps off. Oh, and he's got the runner.
They got the runner. They got him in a pickoff. That's Montero. And
he is
out. Montero.
And Montero costing his team big.
Ooh, on the base paths and on the mound. Unbelievable, Jackson. So, Owen McHugh getting out of the inning with the help of his alert infield.
Montero just took way too big of a lead, then decided not to come back.
Yeah. So we still have Ben Catadle now. He's really getting hot, so it suggests that he might be getting ready to come into the game. So now the top of the order coming to play here, Jackson, with Owen McHugh leading it off, followed by Jimmy Fallon and Scott Longo, the top three in the order.
Milton will hopefully wants this to be their last at-bat of the game.
No doubt, no doubt. So Ben Catadle will come in with an opportunity to close it out and to send the Wildcats to the next round of the MIAA Division II playoffs. And the Wildcats, Division II. Division II. So they would likely face the winner of the West Springfield Norwood game that is being contested as we speak. And from having a brief conversation with Coach Brendan Morrissey yesterday at the graduation, by the way, he cleaned up pretty nice. He looks pretty nice in a suit. Was telling me that Norwood features a pitcher who can throw 97.
Huh?
97. Yes.
Miles per hour?
Miles per hour, yes, sir.
Well,
And
that's
going to be a tall challenge because he says that he believes that Norwood is saving this guy for Milton.
Oh, that's just
And,
lucky.
you know, well, and they don't produce a lot of runs there in the Tri-Valley League, evidently. But, you know, Wildcats, you know, have, to me, this year shown the resiliency of a good team, you know, that's been able to claw its way. You know, 17 wins and 3 losses in this season is nothing to sneeze at.
And that's a high fly ball over to short. And he will be under it and make the grab. And now McHugh with his third fly out.
Yep. Pop up there, F5.
And he's gone 0 for 3 on the day.
Yeah. But he's done his damage on the mound, Jackson.
Yes.
And that'll bring up Jimmy Fallon, the late night show. With Jimmy Fallon up next.
And that'll be a low ball. Questionable call.
That was a bridge too far for the pitcher. Mr. Aaron Bridges. Or Aiden Bridges, I should say.
And that'll be strike one. Now the count is 1-on.
So the Wildcats trying to add to their 4-2 lead here in the Division II playoff
Bridges
game.
with the pitch. That'll be a high fly ball out into right. Montero gives it up to Charlie Baker, and that will be the second out of the inning. Now Scott Longo, the center fielder, will come up to the plate. He has gotten on twice with 2 errors. I also believe he has scored twice.
He has. So Scott Longo has done damage at the plate. He's been very productive on the base paths, and he scored. So with 2 runs scored here in this game. Hoping to see Scott Longo reach base here.
That'll be.
Didn't he reach on 2 errors?
Yes.
2 errors. How rare is that? How rare is that?
By the same player as well.
Yeah.
That'll be a ball. Now the count is 1-1. Ball. Now the count is 2-1.
Bridges struggling to locate his pitches. He's been on the outside edges. He looks like he's trying to paint a little bit.
That'll be ball 3. Now the count is 3-1. And that'll be a foul ball over into the trees. Now the count is full at 3-2.
So the Wildcats, by my count, have generated, let's see, 3 hits batsmen and 2 errors. So all these unforced errors here that have allowed them to get on base and scored unearned runs.
They're making North Quincy work.
Yeah.
And that's another foul ball.
And that's precisely what Scott Longo is doing to Aaron Bridges. I mean, I keep calling him Aaron Bridges because I'm thinking of Aaron Rodgers. But Aiden Bridges, the pitcher for North Quincy, he's working hard now.
and that will be a questionable strike 3 call. Ooh, boy, that was not what you would have thought.
I would agree with you on that one, Aiden. I mean, Aiden Bridges finding the outside edges, and it seemed like the other offerings he got were both outside the zone.
That was the same pitch as some of his balls.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Coach Brendan Morrissey now will be making the change, and Ben Catterall, the left-handed senior pitcher, will be coming aboard to the mound to try and close this out for the Wildcats, who have a 4-2 lead here in this Division II playoff against the number 32 seed North Quincy Raiders.
I believe that McHugh will not go and play a position and will just sit out for the rest of this game.
Yep. Hey, he's worked hard. I would not dispute the fact that he's not done plenty already. You know.
Catterall just needs to lower that pitch, and that'd be perfect for the game.
Well, I know Ben personally. He's a neighbor of mine. Fabulous golfer, great athlete, unbelievable skier, and of course a great baseball player, good pitcher here. And he's a guy that, oh boy, okay, there's a final here. And we've got a result here in the round of 32. Norwood winning 2-0 over West Springfield.
And that's going to be tough for Milton with the 97-mile-an-hour pitcher.
Yeah, they've got a guy who throws absolute gas, according to Coach Brendan Morrissey. So Milton, if they're able to close this out, will face Norwood in the next round. Time and date, well, it'll be here in Milton, but the time or the date will be TBA. Thank you very much, Mr. Tom Pilla, for that update, that scoring update. So now we know who they'll play. It'll be Norwood, the Mustangs of the Tri-Valley League, and it's you know, the Tri-Valley League has been a little bit down this year. I don't know, people would say, but the thing is that Norwood has relied upon this young man who throws gas, and we'll get to see him firsthand here more than likely against the Wildcats if they're able to close this game out. The Wildcats on top now, 4-2, and Owen McHugh now handing the baton to is that number 18 or 19?
18, Ben Catterall.
Ben Catterall, number 18, of course. There we go.
And
we can hardly see her out here in our perch, but Ben Catterall, left-handed senior pitcher for the Wildcats, now going to work here with Jack Finnegan behind the plate. And it looks like Vinny O'Leary at the plate for him.
And that'll be strike 1 for Ben Catterall.
Ben coming from the opposite side. You know, it's got to probably change the complexion of the game a little bit for North Quincy to face a lefty now after being fed a steady diet of right-handed Owen McHugh.
That's a high foul. Hits the backstop. And now Catterall is up 0-2. And now Catterall is probably thinking he just wants to have Norwood put the ball in play, let his fielders do their work, and get out of this quickly. Just like that, hit over to the shortstop, Jimmy Fallon. Oh, that's a fast save.
Fallon let that fall in front of him, and he had a little trouble getting it or extracting it out of his glove. And then by that point, O'Leary was
fast.
Down the field. He was down the line fast. So now, one man aboard, no outs here for Ben Catterall. And now the Milton Wildcats got to pick him up a little bit here. Maybe turn 2. This is North Quincy here.
North Quincy, my mistake, is getting very loud. Ground ball over to third.
There we go. Let's see if they
Play
can turn
at
2.
second. And he will be safe at first. But they do manage to get the out at second, so they get rid of the lead runner. Now man on first with 1 out.
Great job again by Pierce O'Sullivan to cleanly field that ball and make the critical throw to second base on the first half of that double play attempt. And of course, you know, Jimmy Fallon unable to turn to 2 because some speed on the base paths now.
And that is not Pierce O'Sullivan at third. That is Owen McHugh.
That is Owen. Yeah, there you go. Well, maybe he stays in.
And now they're running. Can they get him? No, as the ball bounces under Jimmy Fallon's glove.
Jackson, you gave Owen McHugh the night off. Well, he's going to work overtime here now. At third base, great play by Owen McHugh, I should say. Let me tip my cap to him then.
And now the runner on second, Vinny O'Leary, is in scoring position.
My cousin Vinny, he's pretty fast, we saw.
Yes.
I mean, both these guys that were up there, O'Leary and previous runner there was, Ben Catadol with a beautiful pitch there. It looked to be kind of like a slider action. 1-1 pitch here. So this is lefty on lefty now. Probably the matchup ideal for North Quincy.
Catadol with the pitch. That'll be a high and inside ball.
The ball had some movement and had the pitcher or the batter bailing out a little bit.
That'll be 2-1 for the count. And now Catadol gonna try and get back to even.
Catadol stepping off the mound here. O'Leary taking a big lead off second. Call time.
And now,
This is kind of like freezing the kicker in football, right?
and now, yes, O'Leary with a humongous lead, and that's a high fly ball.
Fallon settling underneath it.
And that'll be the second out of the inning.
Yeah, nice job. Ben Catadol inducing that high fly for the second out in this inning. Now the Wildcats 1 out away from advancing to the next round of the Division I playoffs. In this
Division II playoffs.
Did I say Division I? Thank you, sir. Division II. we just promoted them to Division I. All righty.
Catadol with the pitch. Checks the runner. Throws. That'll be an inside strike.
What a beautiful pitch. What a beautiful pitch, Jackson Lang, by Ben Catadol. Sweeping movement. That looked to be like a slider action there, almost like a Chris Sale slider.
And now that'll be a no. Hits the batter, and now that will have it will now have a force at third, but I don't think that does them any good.
No, because
now the 2 runs to tie the game.
The tying run at first and the go-ahead run at the plate. But the thing that Ben's got to do is just focus on the batter and focus on those 3 strikes that he needs to get. That's going to be his primary focus and primary task right here. Here we go. Let's go, Ben.
And now Ben Catadol with the pitch. That'll be low, ball 1, and now the count is 1-0. Catadol's a little nervous, I think. This is a big moment for Milton. They do have last at bat, so this is not like if 3 runs score, it's over.
No, not at all. Ain't over, Jackson. There we go.
And now the
I think they're trying to
calls
freeze him again.
time.
He's calling time. Get him off his rhythm. Because it looked like Ben's definitely a rhythm pitcher. He looks to be. Nice delivery. Oh,
and that'll
that's
be a strike. Now the count is back at even, 1-1.
Ben settling in, focusing in, and zeroing in.
2 more pitches, and Milton will advance to play Norwood in the second round.
It is.
Oh, foul ball, and now Ben Catadol just needs 1 more strike to be put by the batter, and that will end this game.
You know, he can throw anything he wants now ahead of the count, 1-2. He's got a good defense behind him.
I love that.
I love that pitch. I absolutely love that pitch. That should have been the out pitch because that looked like it hit the zone all the way through.
Just went a little
and it
too
backed the
close
batter
to
up
his
off
legs.
the plate too. I mean, I'd go back to it, Jackson. if I were him, I'd go right back to it.
Just try and get it, aim it a little more outside the plate, then it should land in the strike zone. Catadol.
Oh, threw an absolute dart in there.
But that one's a ball, and now he's got a full count, 3-2.
All right, Ben.
This is to decide if Milton can go on with this out. Big moment here. Catadol
Wow.
steps off.
Remember how they ended the inning last time with Owen McHugh getting Montero in a rundown. Seems like these guys are being a little aggressive on the base paths. Strike
Goes
three!
in that is strike 3. That's the end of the game. Milton will advance to play Norwood in the next round.
Well done by Ben Catadol as the Wildcats going out there celebrating here at Milton High School. The top-seeded Wildcats now beginning their title defense of last year's state championship with a very impressive 4-2 win. Hard-fought, well done by the Wildcats. Owen McHugh, 6 strong innings, hands the baton to Ben Catadol, who closed him out with, an absolute 3-2 count, a dart. He delivers. So the Wildcats now on to the next round.
I think KJ Beckett had a
KJ
fabulous
Beckett,
game. I think he might have
he
been one of
had-
the best players.
Well, KJ Beckett had a big
Scored,
knock,
RBI double.
and he reached also. And then I think Scott Longo reaching base
Yes.
both times. So it's been an unbelievable performance here by the Wildcats all the way through. And you think about the performance that reaching base with 3 hits batsmen and 2 errors, and then the Wildcats, like, you could sense that they were on the tipping point.
Yeah.
Or North Quincy was on the tipping point, and credit to them. But Montero with those miscues, gave Milton new life in this game, and so unbelievable performance. Hats off. I don't have a hat, but you do. Thank you to my man, Sean Doyle. Hats off there to the Wildcats and Coach Brendan Morrissey for a job well done. And now, next round, and we know that Norwood, a 2-0 winner over West Springfield, will come to Milton. The time and the date to be decided here, but we hope that it'll be better weather for us.
Yeah.
And we hope that it'll be another great game. And but we anticipate the Wildcats again fighting hard to the end. Well,
Thanks for watching. I'm Jackson Lang.
And I'm Michael Vega. Thank you so much. Happy to be alongside my main man, Jackson Lang, up and coming star here at Milton Access TV. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care.